Hello YouTubers of the internet, my name is Master Minecraft and today I'm going to be doing my first tutorial video by showing you guys how to build a 5x5 button panel. So we're going to get things started. Let me just build myself a little tower here and delete all these blocks underneath. Except for that one. So we are going to start off by building a 5x5 area. And we are going to place buttons along the sides of these blocks, like so. Now this button panel is exactly like, for example, one of my other ones over here. Basically, each button corresponds to a single output. So, for example, if I were to push this button, the top left, or top right actually, signal will turn off. And that also works with all of these, all the way up to 6x6 and 7x7s. But to keep things fairly simple, we're going to start off today with a 5x5 design. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to place lanterns underneath these here blocks on the bottom, followed by pistons like that, pistons like this actually, with blocks on the bottom like so. Here we're going to want a row of blocks with torches and then repeaters. So this here is already our first row of outputs. Whenever we push this button, it's going to give us a pulse through that repeater. So now we are going to make our second output, and we're just going to take a row of blocks like that with redstone torches on the side, blocks in the front, and then some repeaters. So that there is our second output. Whenever I push this button, we will get an output. Getting into the third output, we're going to start getting a little bit ridiculous. We're going to want to place pistons with a couple of blocks running out just like this. Now, whenever this block gets to here, we need to send an impulse to the piston that's going to push all of this circuitry back. So I need to put torches on top of this glass here, and also torches on the side like this. Now, I suppose you're wondering, how are we going to take an output from this guy right here? Well, just like this. We're going to count out 1, 2, 15 spaces, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I know that this isn't the most efficient model or the most compact, but it is one of my first tutorial videos, so bear with me please. Whenever we push this piston, it's going to then turn off this torch here, since it's going to be a solid block underneath it instead of a translucent one. So what that is going to do is when we receive a pulse that is going to turn this here torch off, we need to send a pulse of exactly 8 ticks to a piston underneath that is going to push everything back into its position. So let me put a piston here, just like that there. Alright, so now let me fix this up here a little bit. So whenever we send a pulse to this button, it's going to push the line of blocks into this piston, and then it's going to go through the torch and push everything back into position. Just like that. And then we can take our output from this torch right here. So let's take our fifth output from that guy. Just like this. And there's our fifth output. So then we're going to tile this. Blocks here, 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 there, and everywhere, pretty much. Torches. Repeaters. Now make sure that you set these repeaters to 4, otherwise it's not going to work properly. Redstone here, just like that. More blocks. More torches. Even more torches. And then our repeaters, which are going to be our output for this third line here. As you can see. Now, for the fourth line, we are going to have a piston that comes out just like this. Blocks like that. Torches here. Repeaters there. And whenever we get a block here, we're going to want to send a pulse to this piston here, which is then going to push a bunch of gravel or sand, whichever you prefer, into a line with a repeater that is going to then carry that signal out. For our fifth output, it's pretty simple. We're just going to have torches on the top like this. Torches like that here. Torches here. Repeaters. More blocks. More repeaters. And then we're going to carry our output out. So that's our fifth output. Whenever we push this button, this is our fifth output. Whenever we push the fourth button, we are going to get a redstone output here. So whenever we push the fifth button, we should be able to get a pulse through this block here. And there is our fifth row of outputs. Now this is a new model. It seems like every time I do a button panel I come out with a new model. But this is a 5x5 button panel model. So here we have our first output, we have our second row of outputs here, we have our third row of outputs up here, we have our fourth row of outputs just above that, and then our fifth row of outputs all the way doodly up here. So that is our 5x5 button panel. Leave a like and comment in the section below, and let me know what you would like me to do for a future tutorial. Thank you, and see you next time.